The same way you solve one-step equation is how you also solve the two-step equation. The only difference is that in one-step equation, only one step was involved in the solution set. But in a two-step equation, you have to do something and do something again. Don't worry, it's also the same. Just apply the same rules you applied earlier. Let's go into action quickly. Question 1 requires us to look for the value of a because we have 3a minus 5 is equal to 7. So the unknown variable which we're looking for here is a. So what will be a? Remember when we're solving the one-step equations, the rule was find a way to separate every number that is close to or attached to the unknown variable, that is the letter. When you are able to do that, the letter stays alone and the answer comes out automatically. To do that in this case, here, the two numbers on the left-hand side which we are looking forward to remove are -5 and +3. So first, we'll begin by removing the -5 to make our work easy. Since the number we have here is a negative, all we need to do is to use a positive sign to remove it. To do that, we need to add 5 to both sides. So I'm adding 5 on the left and I'm adding the same 5 on the right. In that case, -5 plus 5 is 0. It's gone from the left-hand side. So the only thing left on the left-hand side is 3a. And on the right, we have 7 plus 5 is 12. Now, the number attached to a, which is the variable we are looking for, is the number 3. And this time, the relationship existing between them is multiplication relationship because 3 times a is 3a. So the only way to undo that multiplication relationship is to introduce division. Therefore, remember what you do to the left-hand side is what you are going to do to the right-hand side. So I am going to introduce division by dividing the left-hand side by 3 and dividing the right-hand side by the same 3. In that case, the 3 on the numerator divides the 3 on the denominator. That gives you 1. 1 times a is 1a. It means that a is going to stay alone. A now is equal to 12 divided by 3 is 4. So it means that the value of a is 4. Let's see whether we were right. Now if I bring in 4 here, 3 times 4 is 12. 12 minus 5 is 7. So this is perfectly correct. Question 2. 5x is equal to 11 plus 2x minus 2. This time you need to think. You have an x on the right, you have an x on the left. You can choose any side you want to bring it. You would notice that since both constants are already on the right, just remove the x and your work will be easy. And I'm going to apply the same thing. Therefore, I am removing this 2x. Here, 2x is positive. Can you see the plus in front of it? So I'm going to do a minus to make it go away. So I will minus 2x from the right and I will also minus it from the left. 5x minus 2x will give you 3x. Is equal to 2x minus 2x is 0. So it's already gone from the right-hand side. Now on the right, we are only left with 11 minus 2, which gives you 9. At this stage, on the left-hand side, what you have is 3 times x, or 3x. So the only way to remove the 3 is by using the opposite sign of times, which is divide. Hence, I will divide the left-hand side by 3 and do the same to the right-hand side, divide by 3. On the left-hand side, the 3 on the numerator divides the 3 on the denominator. So you are left with just x. I'll write it this way. X on the left is equal to 9 divided by 3 on the right, leaves you with 3. So our answer here is 3. Let's check whether we're right. If I bring in the 3 here, it's going to be 5 times 3. That's 15. Now let's see if it works also. If I bring in the 3 on the right-hand side, that is 2 times 3, that is 6. So 11 add 6 is 17. 17 minus 2 is 15. So 15 on the left, 15 on the right. That is perfectly correct. Let's go to number 3. Number 3, there's a division relationship. 5x is the numerator, divide by 7, which is the denominator. The only way to undo division is by using multiplication. So to do that, I am going to multiply both the right and the left using the number 7, which was initially divided. Therefore, I'm going to change this to 5x divided by 7. I will multiply it by 7. And on the right-hand side, it's also going to be 5 and then multiply it by 7. Simple. Because this is a fraction, I'll just change this to 7 upon 1. Nothing has changed. 7 upon 1 remains 7. Therefore, the 7 on the numerator cancels out the 7 on the denominator. So on the left-hand side, I am left with 5x. And on the right-hand side, 5 times 7 is 35. We are not done yet because there is still a 5x, which is 5 times x. The only way to remove that is to divide because it was times initially. Therefore, 5 times x will be divided by 5. And on the right hand side, 35 will also be divided by 5. So, the 5 on the numerator cancels out the 5 on the denominator. And then we are left with just x is equal to 35 divided by 5 gives us 7. Therefore, it means that the value of x is 7. Let's test it and see whether we were correct. It was initially 5x. So, since x is 7, 5 times 7 is 35. 35 divided by 7 is 5. So, it's perfectly correct. We are done with questions 1 to 3. Question 4 is a word problem. So, how do we solve that? Let's read, understand, and analyze. Mark is X years old. I'll just write it down here. Mark is X years. Keep it down. It's important to take short notes. Jim is 4 years older. Jim is 4 years older means 4 years plus Mark's age. That is 4 plus x because he is older. And then the next part says the sum of their ages is 16. It means if I add Mark's age to Jim's age, the total will be 16. So I'll just write it like this. Mark's age is x years. Jim's age is 4 plus x years. So if I add all of them together, my answer will be 16. Did you just notice that I've ended up forming an equation here? The question now is find their ages. Easy to find. Let's find their ages. Since we already formed an equation, it makes it easy for us. So this is an x, this is an x. Add both x's together, you have 2 x's. 2x and then plus 4. Plus 4 is equal to 16. Now apply the rules that you have learned earlier, right from the one-step equation till now. The rule is easy. Separate the numbers close to the unknown variable. So first, I'm going to remove this 4. Initially, the 4 was a plus, so I have to minus it to let it go. Minus 4 from the left, minus 4 from the right. In that case, 4 minus 4 is 0. I'm left with just 2x. I'm left with just 2x on the left, equal to 16 minus 4 is 12. Now what to do here? 2x means 2 times x. So the only way to undo times is divide. Divide the left by 2, divide the right by 2. If you divide here, on the left, you are left with just x because 2 divided 2 is 1. Therefore, x is equal to 12 divided by 2 is 6. So the value of x is 6. Let's check. Let's see if we were right. Mark's age was x. So now Mark's age is 6 years. So instead of x years, we just say Mark has 6 years. That's what it means. And Jim's age, which was initially 4 plus x, has now changed to 4 plus 6. That's 10 years. Do you remember that in the question we were told that the sum of their ages is 16? Check. 6 plus 10, 16. So we are perfectly correct with this calculation as well. Done. The last question is a bar module, and the bar module has 33, a rectangle up, and 6 with 3 x's, rectangle down. But the rectangle up and the rectangle down are equal, so we can easily express it mathematically or algebraically by saying that 33 is equal to 6 plus 1x, 2x, 3x plus 3x. We have just forged an equation, and what we're looking for is x. Easy. So in that case, to remove this 6, I'll have to minus 6 because it was positive here. So remove it by minusing. 33 minus 6 gives you 27. So we have 27 on the left, and equal to 6 minus 6 is 0. So on the right hand side, you have just 3x. This is 3 times x. So we have to remove that times by division. So I'm going to be dividing the denominator here by 3 and the denominator here also by 3. 27 divided by 3 on the left gives me 9. And 3 divided by 3 on the right leaves me with 1. 1 times x is x. So it means that the value of x in this bar module is 9. We are done. Let us test it and see whether we were correct in the first place. 6 add 9 is 15. 15 add 9 is 24. 24 add 9 leaves you with nothing else but 33. So we are correct. Now I believe that this video is easy enough for you to understand. Meanwhile, practice will make you better. So I encourage you to find out time to do more practice. You can pause from time to time to see how well you are doing and then test it again. Try solving it by yourself and check out whether your answers are in order. As always, thank you for watching.